generations of Americans who have answered the nation's call since that day. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, our nation was viciously attacked by cowardly terrorists claiming the innocent lives of 2,977 people. And although these terrorists thought that they would break our will, they did not anticipate our resilience and the wrath of our response. Americans and nations around the world rallied, stood together, and denounced the evil actions of these cowardly terrorists. The heroic response from generations of warriors and brave Americans who chose to raise their right hand, volunteered to raise their right hand to defend our freedoms, is what brings us now today back to this soft memorial. Surrounding us here today behind me on these walls are the names of our fallen. We know too well that defending freedom comes at a great cost. The warriors who stepped up to meet those challenges continue to inspire us all today. A generation of patriots, sons, daughters, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, who volunteered like our brave forefathers and who continue to meet our national defense threats around the world, even today. For the 24 years since that fateful September morning, they have been our strength. They have held our enemies at bay. They have protected our freedom, and they have answered the call. Many, as you all know too well, making the ultimate sacrifice, so we can stand here today. It is the professionalism, the competency, the work ethic of our men and women in uniform that give hope to this nation today, and especially within our Special Operations Forces, where we approach our mission with steadfast precision and determination. Our SOF, Special Operations Forces, have carried the weight of our nation's resolve, making up less than 3% of the joint force, but over the global war on terrorism, carrying 40% of our casualties. 3% of the joint force, 40% of our casualties. And we continue to lead the charge in countering terrorist organizations wherever they may hide, all the while honing our irregular warfare approach in support of the National Defense Strategy. So wherever our service members are needed to defend our national interests, they are there, in theaters across the globe, working with nations or against nations that challenge our freedoms. Over the past 2 decades, working side by side with allies and partners to defend freedom together, we are eternally grateful for their service and most eternally grateful for their sacrifice. Our most important asset, we all know this, remains and always will be our people. And we recognize today the generations that have answered the call since 2001, as they follow in the footsteps of our forefathers who were equally committed when our freedom came under attack. Americans will always have citizens who step forward, who are willing to serve our nation. They serve across our military services. They serve in local and national government. They serve in emergency and first responder organizations ready to answer the call in defense of our freedoms and defense of our citizens. Service to our nation brings us all together. All generations have gathered around this principle and dedicated themselves to being part of something bigger than themselves. Reflecting now today on the events of 9/11 and the years that have followed, let us draw special inspiration from the bravery and resilience of not only our Special Operations Forces, but all Americans who stepped forward when our nation needed them most. Their unwavering commitment reminds us of the importance of vigilance, preparation, and unity. I ask you all today to keep our fallen, wounded, and injured teammates, along with their families, in your thoughts and your prayers. And inscribed on the wall behind me and on countless walls across this great nation are the names of heroes. They gave everything so we could continue to enjoy our precious freedoms. Freedoms are never free and should never be taken for granted. I thank our SOF Memorial Foundation for their contributions in continuing to honor our heroes by refusing to forget them and what they stood for. So today, as we all reflect, continue to remember the victims of September 11th, 2001, who are no longer with us. The victims and the innocents in New York, in Washington, D.C., in the fields of Pennsylvania, and the heroes who have given everything in the years since. Let us be forever mindful of those teammates we've lost since that time 24 years ago and the tragic cost of defending our cherished freedoms. Thank you all again for joining us. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, General Bopere. Each name on the walls of this memorial serves as a reminder of those individuals from within the Special Operations community who preserved our union through selfless service. Please stand and join us in a moment of silence as we remember those who gave their lives.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Sorry. Amazing. How sweet the sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, we encourage everyone to take a reflective moment to honor and remember our fallen friends, family, teammates, and heroes by placing flowers on the memorial. Thank you for joining us. And in the other room at 10 o'clock, we will have Mr. Joe Lawson, our guest speaker for today.
Great job, everybody. Yeah, good job.